Hello guys, welcome to Solving Solutions, your number one channel where you get solutions to all your solving problems. It's nice having you in class again today. How have you been? We are going to look at something very interesting today. We are going to look at how to download and install Python on your PC for, let's say, Windows OS. And then we are also going to show you how you can write your first, should we call it code, or maybe your first Python program or something related to that. Now, we are going to use Python in JS, or let's say on JS, especially QJS, which we have been using for some time. So it's expedient we make this video as the foundation and something we are going to build on. Maybe as time goes on, when we start using the Python. Good. The first thing is you come down here, you type Python. Good. Then you hit enter. So thanks for coming to class. If you're a new viewer, thanks for coming around. You can subscribe to the channel, and if you're a returning viewer, thanks for always checking up on us. So now we have the official Python page. We have welcome to Python. You just click on that. Good. Now this is the home page. It's actually very important, very important programming language, and it's actually free. You can support them by donating, just like you can also support us by checking the description section of the channel description of this video to also donate to us. So you can donate to them, and then you can also donate to us. Now we want to download. You come to what? You come to downloads, right? You click on downloads. Good. Now under the downloads, you will see the latest version, and the latest version is what? 3.10.5, right? 3.10.5. Now there are other versions, previous versions. You can come down here to select the version you want to download. If you don't want to download the latest version, right? Good. However, we want to download the latest version, so we just click on download Python 3.10.5, right? Good. So this was the release date and some other information about it. Alright, now we are downloading for Windows, right? And it's actually 64-bit, so we can just click on Windows installer, right? Good. So we can see the progress, actually 27.3 megabytes of file size. Good. So it has been downloaded, and we need to what? We need to open it. However, we are going to move it to a specified, or let's say a specific folder we want to work with on this particular video. So we are just going to show in folder and then copy it to that our specific folder, right? So if you want to work with it directly from your download folder, you can just go to open directly, or you go to show in folder and then you open it, right? Good. So it's now on the folder we want to work with, that is download Python, right? So the next thing we are going to do now is to double click on it. Good. Now we want to install Python 3.10.5, and then we need to add Python 3.10 to path, and then we click, or let's say we select customize installation, so we can be able to make modifications, or we can be able to make modifications to enable, to customize, to enable or disable features as we install, right? So you click on that, and you can see the documentation, you can see the pips, and the pip rather. Remember, we told you earlier on that as we progress in this series, or let's say in using Python, we are going to use it for GIS, or in GIS or QGIS, or whatever the case is. And during that process, we are going to install some other packages, some dependencies and stuff like that. So the pip is going to help us. Then we also have the IDLE. The IDLE is very important because that's actually the development environment where we can run some codes which you are going to do as we progress. It's actually something you are going to do towards the end of this video, so you just need to stick around. So since all of these are checked, we click on we click on next. Then we click on install for all users. Now this is the installation part, or the installation location. So if it's okay by you, you just leave it. If it's not, you just browse to specify where you want to install it. And if it's okay, as I stated earlier, you just leave it and you just click on install, right? Good. Good. Now the setup is successful, right? Good. Setup was successful, and we can now close, right? Good. So we can close and now navigate towards accessing the Python, right? Good. Now that Python has been installed, we can use what the command prompt to locate, or let's say to run it. Let's use that. We can use the command prompt to run it to verify our installed package. So you go to start and then you type cmd, right? Good. That's the command prompt. Open. Good. Now we want to confirm the version of Python we've actually installed, and then also confirm the pip we've actually installed. So what do? We have Python, then we have hyphen, and then we have what? The version, right? Good. So we're having what? 3.10.15, right? Then let's also confirm the pip version. We have pip, right? Then we have now this particular command prompt is actually very important, because when we want to install most of those other dependencies and the other packages on Python, we will definitely still come down to this particular command prompt to do some other stuff. So we have seen that we've actually successfully installed our Python 3.10, and then we've also installed what? The pip, right? Good. So now let's move on to launching the IDLE to write our first program. We can actually do that here as well, but let's go to what? The IDLE to run our first program, right? So you still go to the start menu, then you type IDLE, right? Good. So we have the Python IDLE. So this is the Python IDLE. IDLE simply means integrated development environment for Python, right? The integrated development learning environment. Let's use that, integrated development learning environment for Python. So this is actually where you can run so many stuff, you can do so many things. This is where you write your code. So let's say we say, should we call this print, let's say, should we say hello world? Should we say hello world? Should we say hello world? If this is actually your it's actually your first program, you just say, should we say that? Oh, hello world. So let's say A equals to 5, and then we say B equals to 10, and then we can just say A times B, right? So let's see what we got. So this is actually very simple way of using Python, right? So yeah, we hope we've been able to show you how to download Python, how to install, and then how to check the installation, let's say the installed version, how to also check your pip version. We've also shown you how you can write your first program. So let's just say print, let's say my first program, right? Let's use that, my first program or something. It's actually fun learning Python, because good, my first program. So this is how it's very simple to use. So as we proceed, you come back to it, using QGIS, using GIS, maybe using some other part of adjustment computation. There are so many things we can do with Python. So we are going to see you on subsequent videos. Thanks for coming to class. We hope we provided solution to this particular problem. It's actually a solving problem. If you are yet to subscribe to the channel, encourage us by subscribing, and if you have, you can still share with your friends, and keep being good at what you're doing, and have a nice time. Bye.